Ahava blessings, happy Rosh Hashanah, happy new lunar cycle of Tishrei, blessings in this new lunar new year. This is a powerful new moon solar eclipse happening at 29 degrees of Virgo, marking the new lunar cycle of Tishrei of Libra. And there's a lot to this moon. There's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of grounding energy, but there's also a lot of energy of dispelling illusions and really embodying our truth and our energy. And I go more deeply into the energies of this moon and this entire new lunar cycle in my podcast episode, Embodying the Shekinah, which is linked below. But let's do a little bit of a Cliff Notes version here. The new moon is happening on Sunday at 3:53, 54, depending on where you get your information. 3:53, 3:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12:53, 12:54 Western Pacific Coast Time. And for our friends in Europe, Central European Time, it will be at 9:53. It is happening at 29 degrees. 29 degrees is a critical degree. It is a number of profound, deep transformation, change, and with the eclipse energies, it's amplified that much more. The 29 is the 11, which is vibration, frequency. It talks all about the vibration you hold that manifests and creates worlds, which dovetails really beautifully with the Aramaic Hebrew creation frequencies that created this lunar cycle of Tishrei. They created Venus, and Lamed created Libra. So to bring this energy to the forefront, we are with the energy of Lamed, which created Libra. We are whipping away, because it means whip, we're whipping away, clearing, stripping away any negativity from our field. And with Bay, we are being very mindful of our mouth. In the creation story, it is said that God created the world, He spoke it into existence, into creation, and us being created in the image of the divine, we also hold great power through our mouth. Your mouth can ruin you, or your mouth can bring you blessings and abundance. Remember, everything is frequency. Everything is vibrating at an energetic, at a frequency, creating an energy field around you that moves things either in alignment or it repels energies from you. We create with our words, with our frequency, and that magnetizes energy to us. And Pei means mouth. So let's be very mindful of the words we are creating. And it's not just your words, it's your thoughts. Many of us have the habit. We have the habit of speaking ill of ourselves in our heads. We allow these thoughts to run rampant that are not the nicest thoughts of ourselves. And then we wonder why, we don't have the best relationships, or we don't attract abundance or love or beauty or grace or unity. It all begins on the internal, within. We have the opportunity during this moon to create the harmony, the balance, the beauty, the joy that we wish to experience. We have the raw materials to create it in our world. It's just a matter of what we are pointing our attention to, what we are aligning with. 29 is critical because it's a completion. We are ending a cycle, but we are also, in the ending comes a new beginning. Now, I do not encourage you to set intentions just yet. Let's hold off on that. As I am sharing this video on Friday before the new moon, we're going to work on clearing the way. We're going to work on liberating. We're going to work on creating the space, because the 11, the 29 comes into the 11, comes into the 2 in terms of numerology. These are the frequencies that are this moon. It's not just the 29, it's not just the 11, it is the 2. And the 2 is about creating the space. In order for us to bring in more harmony, more joy, we must weed out the garden in our mind, in our thoughts, in our frequency, and allow ourselves to seed the new. The critical days I want you to pay attention to are the evening of the 22nd through the evening of the 24th. These 2 days are very important to be very mindful of your words, of your actions, of what you are bringing into being, because this is the energy that we will not only be seeding for the next month, but for the next Lunar New Year. So we want to be very mindful these 2 days. So make sure you make a note of that. And whenever you find yourself straying and going back into old patterns or into complaining or into anger or into discord, come back to your heart. Tishrei-Libra energy is about the heart. Libra energy is about spiritual harmony and beauty. And it's not physical beauty. It's the beauty that is from the soul, the beauty that is the light of the divine that shines and radiates through you. This is the beauty I speak of, and this is the beauty that is associated with this Libra cycle. Libra cycle is energy that is about balance, harmony, union, partnership, relationships. All relationships are activated. This month, this cycle, we are harmonizing the I, the Aries polarity, with the we, with the collective, with the partnership. There is a harmony and a balance to be struck in all of our creations. And to prepare, we are going to chant the Aramaic mantra, Kherota, Kherota. And Kherota, it means liberation. And what are we liberating? We are liberating old thought forms, old patterns, old belief systems. I go deeply into the fact that for this moon, there is a conjunction between the moon, the sun, and Mercury. So our whole way of thinking, being, doing, expressing our inner world, our emotions, and our external world, the way we present into the world, our physical manifestation, all of that is in conjunction. And it is all coming to light as to what needs to be stripped away, what serves us, what serves our expansion, what serves our light, what allows us to grow and continue not only being the vessels for the light, but sharing the light. Because we're not just here to receive the light, we're here to share it. So Kherota, with Kherota, we are not just liberating and freeing and letting go of the old, the tattered, the weary, the stuff that we no longer need, but we are also liberating the layers of ego, the false identities that we have taken on, the false programming. And I say false because it's not you. All of the labels we like to put on ourselves, all of the things we like to associate and identify with, they are not us. They are not our truth. Your truth, my truth, is that we are sparks of the divine. We are embodiments of creation. And in being that embodiment of the divine, we have the responsibility to actively co-create, to enhance creation, enhance the physical world through our actions, through our thoughts, through the frequency that we hold. That is very important. It is easy, very, very easy to fall into the trap of the ego, of pointing the finger and thinking that other people are better than us or worse than us, or somehow we're more evolved, we're more spiritual, we're more holy, whatever. It's very easy to fall into that trap. And that trap only creates more separation. It only creates more illusion. It only creates more of that which we no longer want. There's so much discord. There is so much nonsense in the world. And by identifying so ferociously with the external, with the trappings of this incarnation that is just an illusion. It's just like a cape, kind of like a costume that we chose to play with, and in order to allow us to grow and to expand and to shed it eventually when we're ready. Instead of realizing that all of these identities, all of these karmas and patterns and limiting beliefs and all of that we took on for a reason, and there always comes a point when it no longer serves us. We're at that point now. We're at that point where we are noticing that skin we tried on, that costume, it no longer fits. It's no longer in alignment with what we wish to birth, what we wish to create. And because it's not in alignment, it's time to let it go. And since we are right before the new moon, we're going to liberate. The mantra is Kherota. We are liberating the ego, liberating the layers, freeing ourselves. So you can have your hands on your heart, or you can have your right hand on the heart, left on the womb space, the hara, and you can receive it until you feel comfortable singing it. I do want you to sing it because I want you to use the throat chakra. It is very important now to voice our truth from love, of course, but to speak, to radiate your essence through the voice. Very important. Now is a time, especially with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, that many of us would maybe want to shut down. We don't feel safe. We've been triggered. We've had past lifetimes come back to bite us because of what we have seen and what keeps being bombarded across our screens. It's not an accident, not a coincidence he was shot in the throat chakra. And in order to, whether you agree or disagree with his beliefs, not the point. He's a human being, and he was creating opportunities for dialogue, and in that, he was offed. To honor those who have been expressing their light, shining their light, and bringing issues to our awareness, because as a humanity, we need people who will question us, who will make us think about why we feel a certain way, why we think a certain way. Because in order for us to dispel the illusions, we must have a mirror. So let's take this time to liberate ourselves of all that has kept us small, hindered, constrained, enslaved, all that has kept us small, and from fully embodying the light that we are, from sharing that light. This is what we are bringing in by liberating these layers. The mantra again is Kherota. Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, they would have celebrated this new lunar cycle, this new lunar new year, Rosh Hashanah. And the teachings that they shared all have to do with the embodiment of love, with creating that cosmic alignment, that relationship with the divine, embodying that light of the divine, of Shekinah, of the Holy Spirit, and sharing that light, that love through our sacred vessel, through our lived incarnation. This is the energy of this new lunar cycle of Tishrei. So enjoy this preparation and stay tuned for the next video where I share the mantra for the lunar cycle of Tishrei. Have a blessed day of the goddess, a blessed new moon, and a blessed Rosh Hashanah. Ahava. Blessings.